The name alone sparks debate. Ford Taurus. For some, it's nostalgia, the sedan that once ruled American driveways, dominated fleet sales, and put Ford on the map as the go-to choice for a comfortable, reliable, and even stylish family car. For others, it's just another victim of the SUV takeover, buried and forgotten after 2019. But here's the twist, the whispers are back. Whether it's just internet smoke or the first embers of something big, the talk of a 2026 Ford Taurus has fired up forums, CGI artists, and die-hard Ford fans. And in the world of build and burn, that's all we need to light the fuse. If you're old enough to remember the glory days, you know the Taurus wasn't just another sedan. The original 1986 Taurus was a revolutionary, aerodynamic, futuristic, and a shot of adrenaline to Ford's lineup at the time. It outsold everything. By the A90s, it was a bestseller, the car that seemed to be everywhere. Police fleets ran it. Taxi companies ran it. Families swore by it. It even gave birth to the SHO, the super high-output variant that made your average commuter suddenly look like it belonged on a racetrack. But like a lot of great nameplates, it got complacent. The early 2000s brought safe but uninspired designs. Then SUVs and crossovers stormed the market, swallowing sedans whole. By 2019, Ford killed it off in the US, saying goodbye to the Taurus after over 3 decades. And yet a broken bar, here we are in 2025, with rumors swirling. Some say Ford might pull a surprise and bring back the Taurus for the 2026 model year. Not in the same mold as before, because let's face it, the mid-size family sedan segment has been gutted, but as a bold, tech-heavy flagship sedan that could fight in the shrinking but still passionate space against things like the Toyota Crown, Kia Stinger, Dodge Charger F, and maybe even Tesla's Model 3 in terms of pricing and appeal. If Ford is looking to reclaim some sedan pride, the Taurus badge is the one to do it with. Now, we have to be clear. Ford hasn't confirmed anything official. In fact, the only factual basis for the speculation is that Ford still uses the Taurus name overseas. In China and the Middle East, the Taurus never died. It's still being sold right now, riding on the same platform as the Ford Mondeo. It's sleek, modern, and honestly, not bad looking. The idea here is that Ford could take that global Taurus DNA, redesign it, inject new technology and performance, and bring it back to the US as a halo sedan that screams we're not done yet. So what could a 2026 Ford Taurus look like? If we take hints from the overseas version, expect a low, wide stance with a fastback-style roofline, LED lighting that stretches the width of the front and rear, and a grille that balances aggression with elegance. But for the US, Ford might pump it up. Think Mustang-inspired design cues. Maybe a sportier, chiseled hood. Maybe deeper side sculpting. And if they really want to make noise, a SHO variant with a performance-focused aero kit, bigger wheels, lower stance, quad exhausts. In other words, the kind of sedan that makes you stop scrolling for a second. Powertrains. Here's where it gets interesting. If Ford just wants a safe play, they could slot in a turbocharged 2.0 liters 4-cylinder as the base engine, around 250 horsepower, paired to an 8-speed automatic and available all-wheel drive. That alone would make it competitive with things like the Hyundai Sonata N-Line or Toyota Camry TRD. But for the showbroken bar they have options. Ford's 3.0 liters twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, the same one from the Explorer Street, could easily push 400 horsepower here. All-wheel drive, performance tuning, adaptive suspension, the works. Or maybe Ford surprises us and goes hybrid performance, borrowing tech from the Lincoln lineup to deliver both muscle and efficiency. And then there's the F angle. You can't talk about a 2026 car without mentioning electrification. It's possible Ford might skip a pure electric Taurus and instead offer a plug-in hybrid enough battery to handle short commutes emissions-free, with the gas engine ready for long trips. That could put it in a sweet spot for buyers not ready to go full F but still wanting modern efficiency. Step inside, and you can bet Ford will load it with tech. Picture a massive central touchscreen running Sync 5, stretching vertically like the one in the Mustang Mach-E, combined with a fully digital gauge cluster customizable to the driver's style. Premium materials everywhere in higher trims, stitched leather, brushed aluminium accents, ambient lighting. Big, comfortable seats with heating, cooling, and maybe even massage in the top trims. A banging BO sound system with subwoofer. And for safety, every driver assist Ford can throw at it: adaptive cruise control, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, 360-degree camera, automated parking. Maybe even Ford's Blue Cruise hands-free driving for highway cruising. But here's the thing: the Taurus would have to be more than just a pretty sedan with tech. It would have to stand for something. And that's where the build and burn question comes in. Is this just Ford slapping an old badge on a global car to squeeze some nostalgia out of us? Or is it a genuine attempt to prove sedans can still be exciting, aspirational, and competitive in a truck and SUV-obsessed America? Because history shows us one thing: when Ford puts its mind to it, the Taurus can be a game changer. The first generation proved that. The original SHO proved that. But the later years, those proved that if you coast on reputation, you end up on the chopping block. Let's imagine the launch. Ford pulls a Detroit Auto Show stunt, covers come off, lights hit that sculpted body, and the crowd sees something that isn't a crossover for the first time in years. The spec sheet drops: base model starting under $35,000, SHO around $48,000. Options galore. YouTube explodes with test drives and quarter-mile runs. Police departments start calling about fleet orders. And suddenly, the Taurus is back in the cultural conversation. Of course, the flip side is this: Ford plays it safe. They rebadge the current overseas Taurus, barely tweak the styling, slap a mid-tier EcoBoost in it, and call it a day. No SHO. No unique US flavor. No marketing push. If that happens, it'll be a burn, just another forgettable sedan that quietly disappears in a couple years. And frankly, with Ford's current focus on trucks and Fs, that's a real risk. But there's also a smart business case here. Sedans are down but not dead. The Toyota Camry and Honda Accord still sell in big numbers. The Hyundai Sonata and Kia K5 are gaining fans. Even the Dodge Charger, about to go electric, has a cult following. A properly executed Taurus could steal buyers from all of them, especially if it delivers style, performance, and value. And unlike starting from scratch, Ford already has the global Taurus architecture to work with, which could keep development costs down. The emotional case, though, is what really matters. The Taurus was once a symbol of Ford innovation. It deserves a comeback that honors that legacy. Imagine the SHO returning as an all-wheel drive, twin-turbo, 400-plus horsepower sleeper sedan, now the kind of thing that smokes a BMW 3 Series at a stoplight but flies under the radar. Imagine a hybrid model that gets 40 miles per gallon but still looks aggressive. Imagine Ford marketing it not just as transportation, but as a statement against automotive sameness. This is the build and burn tightrope. On one side, a bold, distinctive sedan that makes people rethink what Ford stands for in the passenger car market. On the other side, a burn, a half-hearted rebadge that fades into obscurity. Ford has a chance here to light up the sedan world again, to pull in buyers who are tired of blending into a sea of crossovers.